Hello, welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun. Now, the first band, that was a foot band, it came off first. Now it just says Room 101 on it. And this is called The Big Payback. Now, this was a complimentary cigar, so I'm really happy about that. Came from friends at Evergreen Smoke Shop. Light minty sweetness off the wrapper, and not much smell otherwise. Very light smells to this cigar. Would you care to sniff it?
Yes, well, I'm kind of complex and flustered, I should say.
Just so you know, the blender or owner of the company is Matt Booth. This is a Nicaraguan Puro. It's a 5x50.
So what'd you say you were
Robusto.
smelling?
Just a mild sweetness. Basically, it's some mint, maybe.
I'm getting the mint, but that's about it. Please excuse me walking back and forth. I'm trying to find something that is kind of disturbing.
Interesting story about the Big Payback. Apparently, Matt Booth and his company wanted to say thank you to all those people who've supported his business and company in the past. And he's decided to make these pretty much indefinitely as a budget stick to say thank you. I suppose he could afford it when he's got $8,500 leather bags made with ostrich leather and elephant leather on his website for Room 101. Heck, he's even got a piece of essentially plain metal, square-shaped, that goes on a necklace without the necklace, and he's charging like $500 for it. I'm sorry, but his prices are absurd for his jewelry. Heck, I saw a ring on there I thought was really cool, and it was like $12,000. I'm like, yeah, okay. That'll take me about 15 years to be able to afford. So
I'm not worth $12,000 in your opinion.
I can't afford to pay $12,000 for a ring for myself. I can't pay it for you. As I said, it'd take me about 15 years to afford that. Anyways, I'm going to light up this very non-distinct odored cigar. I was going to use a cedar spill. I still could. But I think I want to play with cedar spills a little bit when I don't have a video to do, so that if I end up screwing up, I don't look like an idiot.
Do it outside so you're not setting the entire house on fire.
I tried to light up a little piece to see how it would do, and it went out almost right away. I was expecting a pepper bomb, but instead, I'm getting something that tastes a little like weed, marijuana.
Don't worry, this state's it's legal.
But I'm saying based on the flavor, and of course you'd have to have tried it to know the flavor. But the first puff is initially that flavor. That makes me wonder, is this a special cigar? I sure hope not. I don't like the feeling anymore. I used to love it as a kid, but I've grown up and now it just...
Talking about something funny, right? It's legal if you can do it inside a house or other places like an apartment or a hotel. But there's this guy who didn't know what he was doing, trying to smoke one.
Yeah, downtown Seattle. You have to actually smoke it inside. You can't be outside smoking it. And this guy outside the train station sitting there with a joint. Obvious, he was passing through, didn't know the rules, found a pot shop, bought himself a joint. And heck, he obviously bought a crummy one as the cherry kept falling off every time he tried to ash it. I wouldn't have tried to ash it if I was him. I would have realized, wait, I tap this, the cherry falls off, I waste my weed. It was kind of humorous watching him. I think it may have been one of his first times smoking or something. That flavor's gone, by the way, now. Nice ease of smoke. Unique flavors still. Semi-cedary. And I figured that this would be a pepper bomb because the 3 or 4 places I looked to try to figure out what tobaccos are in this, if I could find anything other than Nicaraguan, might have some info, and every one of them just said pepper, 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 pepper. I was like, everything says pepper, so I'm expecting pepper. I'm not getting that pepper. So, yet again, the website's giving a description that doesn't fit the cigar.
Yes, it's probably odd for you all here at Living Simply and Fun, our subscribers, to watch me in the background
Filing your nails.
filing my nails. But I didn't get to file them that well in Nebraska. TSA did not want people to have nail files. I think these are weapons.
So, I would say that this has a kind of jasmine flavor to it. Slight kind of faint possible marijuana flavor if you want to go that way. Kind of has a touch of honey. Some minor fresh cut grass flavor. Pretty decent smoke so far with lots of flavors in it. I'll have to see how this goes by the halfway point, but kind of getting a slight feeling after just a couple puffs that this is going to be a pretty nicotine heavy cigar. Even though they list this as like a medium bodied on most of the sites, I have a feeling that this is going to be at least full strength, full strength, medium bodied, and full flavored. So I think I'll start doing that, strength being the nicotine amount, with body being the how strong it is to the palate and flavors and pepper and all that, and then flavors being the actual amount of flavor. So anyways, I'll see you at the halfway point. So one moment and I'll be back. Hello, welcome back to the midway point of this, the Big Payback from Room 101.
Is it really the Big Payback?
Yes, it is the Big Payback.
So where's my payback?
You'll have to get your own. They're fairly cheap. I think they had a price tag of $4.99 on these, so it wasn't much that they gave me. But still, $5 stick at the B&M, which means state sales taxes and all that stuff. Probably equates to like a $2 or $3 stick online. Probably can get a decent price on a bundle of 5-pack of these on CBids.
You should tell them about the pipe tobacco pricing that you just found out at our local B&M.
I will do so.
Yes.
But first, the flavors of this Big Payback. All right, so very mild flavors. There is some ginger flavor in here. There is some slight honey. The marijuana-ish flavor I mentioned earlier is gone. There's still some flavor of jasmine, kind of that woodsy taste, some cedar taste. It's a fairly complex cigar in flavors. It's probably about medium-bodied, and the strength is very medium at this point. Not as much nicotine as I thought there would be at the beginning. I will say that it does have one issue with it. As you can see, I don't consider this wonky yet, but it's getting there. That's a pretty decent canoe there. So,
Shouldn't
more
you
like a
fix it?
toboggan. I'm not ready to fix this. I think it'll work its way out. However, it is becoming a toboggan. Kind of a term I decided to use for a wide canoe rather than the thin little canoe.
I do gotta ask a question. You're having the Big Payback. How is it complement with this? Talk about your ginger drink.
I've actually taken only like 2 sips of this, so it wouldn't interfere with my cigar, but I was thirsty. It actually does accompany the flavors of this cigar fairly well. This is the ginger cola from Pepsi, the 1893 stuff. It's like $1 a can, and I don't find myself wanting to drink a lot of that, but it does complement this cigar very well because the cigar seems to naturally have ginger flavor in it. And so that's a nice thing, and I like that. I would definitely recommend this cigar at this point. It has a nice ease of draw and lots of smoke, and yeah, it is getting rather wonky there. I don't think this will fix itself. But I don't have that other lighter here, so I'll use.
Where's that?
I will use my crazy.
Where is
I
it?
will use my crazy lighter.
Well, why? Where is the other one?
The one that does not want to light itself. It refuses.
Well, what about the other one?
It's my stubborn lighter.
So you're wondering about the green one?
Yeah,
Why
it's
don't you
out
just
there.
Tell me to get
Old
the green
Faithful. I don't. Oh, okay, this one decided it was going to burn out. So.
And of course, if you guys want to know, I'm running back and forth because I am trying to get laundry finished after starting it, so then I can have a relaxing evening, doing whatever I feel. And yes, so,
I am going to trust Mike when he says it's not his fault that the pipe tobacco prices are so expensive in the store. He said it's all state sales taxes and he's barely making anything, which could be just being nice. But we know where he buys his pipe tobacco, and found out that the Dunhill that he's got in is $9.49, $9.15 at the place he gets it. It's a place called Little Brown Smoke Shack out of Yakima, Washington. And he sells it in his store for $18.99.
plus taxes.
Plus taxes on top of that. So they're roughly $21 a tin, and he's buying them for $10 a tin. Something tells me he's ripping us off on the prices. But he says it's all state sales taxes, but doesn't sales tax go in after, not before? So I think he's marking up to double profit. So he's making a pretty good killing off of it. I wish I had a way to get down to Yakima. I'd buy it myself for a hell of a lot cheaper. And this has a lot of smoke output. Very nice smoke output. And definitely got to recommend on the fact of the ease of smoke and stuff. It's not a cigar I would give somebody who has to constantly fix every time they think something's going a little wonky, because this does not want to burn even, period.
I just want to say...
I get it to a razor sharp, like where I just fixed it, because I figure, okay, I'll make it razor sharp. Within about 10 puffs, this will be all uneven again. And for those who think that, a little unevenness is wonky, they'd be fixing like every 5 or 6 puffs.
So I just want to say that 310 was $55 plus tax, which tax was $5, so he doubled the price.
Yep.
I just checked on the calculator.
Yep, so the price is doubled.
And that is just saying one of those.
Yes, that is now saying that the video for the Gurkha Copper label is up. By the way, I apologize that I did not thank Johnny Sticks for that cigar. And I should have in the video. I did thank him in the description section. I apologize again. However, the big payback was compliments of Evergreen Smoke Shop. I greatly appreciate that. I'm kind of hoping that Deadwood Smoke Shop decided to throw in 2 or 3 Crazy Alice's. I told them that I was going to review their cigars. They said, wonderful, please review them. Go ahead. They know that I'm trying to try them all. And so I'm kind of hoping Vaughn throws in a couple extra as bodyguards for the order. Probably won't, though. The Crazy Alice is the same blend as the Sweet Jane, but it's got this funny vitola that looks like a cone. and it goes like an ice cream cone. It goes from very small at the one end to very large at the other end. I would actually say it's very similar to an ice cream cone. It probably will burn funny as heck. Probably is burn very quickly too, because once it starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller, it's going to burn faster and faster and faster. So
I just wanted to share with you guys, since Aaron was talking about the story. As you can see, there's nightcap, early morning here, 3 tins. Here's the other 3 I bought from him, $17.90.
So he's raised the price another $1.
Yes.
Yeah, that's absurd. And I know he's doing us a favor because nobody around here carries pipe tobacco, but when he's doubling the prices, that almost makes it not right. Geez, I wish there was somebody honest around that we could trust, but one of these days we'll get down to Yakima. We'll just have to find a way to take the Greyhound or
Aaron's
something.
point, no, that takes 12-hour wait over in Ellensburg.
I don't want to do a 12-hour layover in Ellensburg.
However, I wanted to say to you, all you lovelies out there, when and if we get to Yakima,
we'll have to
we
bribe
will have...
Tamara with Minor Burger.
Actually, that'd be Patty's up her alley. She wants Minor Burger.
No, I know, but Tammy said that too.
Yes, but Tammy's whole talk too.
True.
But Patty would love Minor Burger.
Well,
Their
regardless,
burgers
got
are
to get to
huge,
Minor
like
Burger.
this.
Yeah, their claim to fame is a burger that's like that big around and like that high, and they're fairly affordable prices too. I think they're like $14-15 for a burger that big, and it's like a 1.5 pound burger on like a pound bun. If you can eat the whole thing, way to go. I think I can probably manage half, and I'm a big guy. So anyways, I will get to you in the final third of this. It's beginning to be a very long video again. I've just been very talkative, and so is Rita, which is good. You guys sometimes don't always get to hear us gab and blab and go on and babble. Anyways, we will see you in a second.
Back to laundry for me.
Yeah, a woman's job is never done. Hello, and welcome back to the final third of this big payback by Room 101 and Matt Booth. Well, this is a definite winner in my book for flavor. Lots of intricate flavors that gel very well together. Another term for Mary. They're just very well fused together. It's a very slick cigar in taste. Mostly what I got now is a very light pepper, semi-sweet, not too spicy, so perhaps a white pepper. Actually, I would say it's closer to black salt. Now, you'd have to know Indian cooking for that. Black salt is a very rare ingredient, and it's more on the peppery side than it is the salty side. But not quite. It's very unique, very different. So that's probably a flavor most people wouldn't understand, but very similar. It's got hints of honey, a little cocoa, a little coffee. This is kind of full of every flavor, and I'm really, really enjoying the heck out of this cigar. And I've talked to a friend before about how everybody's looking for that like $4 to $5 stick that's just perfect, and that way you can save money and you have a nice everyday stick. This is a very possible everyday stick in that price range. It ranks up there to me with the PDR 1878 Oscuro and Natural, the G2 Great Cliff G2 Maduro, or the Cami. It ranks up there with the Cult, and very similar in draw quality of even the Cigar HC series, Habano, Colorado, I believe it is. Those are my top cigars, and to me, those are all in the proper price range, I could actually afford to get those every month. Not they're very good, high quality cigars for the money. I would assume that a 5-pack of these on Seabeds is probably within the $13 to $15 ballpark range. So they work out to less than $5 a stick if you go through Seabeds. At least that's what my thought would be. I have not checked for them, but I know the Kappa Oscuros and the Grey Cliffs tend to go in that range. I don't know if the original Cults are still on the market, but the Cult Profiles are in that ballpark as well, and I want to try those eventually. I think the HC Habano Colorado is in that ballpark. So all my top cigars are in the ballpark of like $10 to $15 for a 5-pack on Seabeds. This is definitely going into one of my cigars of the year. The drawback on this, as opposed to the other one, is this does not want to burn evenly. It's a very uneven burn, but the ease of smoke, the beautiful arrangement of flavors, it's definitely one I would recommend to just about anyone, newbie or not. It's just, how should I say, chock full of flavor. Lots and lots of flavor, very little strength to it. There is some nicotine. It's a little more nicotine rich than the others I mentioned, but it still fits a mild to medium bodied cigar that's just chock full of flavor and not overloaded in pepper. And this really irritates me that places like Cigar International, Cigar.com, Thompson, Pipes and Cigars, JR Cigar, they list as the flavor profile, you know, what to expect is pepper and sweetness. There is far more in this cigar than pepper and sweetness. In fact, I've picked up very, very little pepper. Sweetness, yes, because there's some honey in here and some ginger in here. And, oh, just wonderful cigar. So if you're looking for a cigar to give a try to that you haven't, and you're looking for something affordable, I could recommend this. It probably is a purchase for the box. And I know that there are some people who say the Room 101 cigars are gimmick because it's Room 101. Part of the Camacho line of like famous, blenders by famous people. The other ones being the B.G. Meyer and the Mike Ditka series. The Room 101s are also released by Camacho, but the Room 101s have far more in the way of flavors. They're a little more visible. They have exclusives with various companies. The Ditka's not an exclusive with any one company. I will say that the smoke is a little strong. Rita, what do you think of the room, though? Yeah.
I think, I was trying to answer voice clips, and because I'm answering voice clips, I can't interrupt him in his video. But the room note, in my opinion, is mostly a stinky butt cigar.
So, in other words, it does not smell very good in the room. And mine actually went out because I'm paying more attention to talking to you all than paying attention to the cigar. And anyways, that's a shame because this cigar shouldn't have gone out on me.
I was talking to my...
I am so hyped about the cigar. It's awesome. I really wanted to explain it, so of course I end up taking a break from puffing.
I was trying to say, for all of you, I was having Aaron... he took a couple pictures of me. I was going to post it on Facebook and said I sent it around to my family on the messenger, and since he needs a repuff, I said it'd be good to make the picture a profile, my newest profile pic.
And it is a stinky room note. So, not necessarily one to smoke inside with the family, but it is a beautiful flavored cigar. So, I give my approval on it. I'm going to have to probably get one of these for Rita if our B&M brings in another box of them. Very thankful that they gave me the opportunity to try this one. Because it has definitely hit the top 10 cigars of this year already. And I have a list that's being compiled, and I will end up giving my top 10 at end of year, but this is in it. This is not going to fall off of it. And I'll guarantee you the 1878 Kappa Natural will not fall out of there. Neither will the Kappa 1878 Oscar or Oscuro. I really kind of doubt that the San Cristobal Papagayo will fall out of there too, as well as the Papa Fritas that we're on. But we'll see. So, anyways, please add and subscribe. Leave questions, comments, feedback, suggestions. And if you've smoked this and you agree or disagree, please leave your comments. Do try to be nice. That's all we ask. And enjoy every puff.